Shoot between lines. I'm going to get everything working. Everything's going to be perfect on this whole stream. We're going to figure this out together. The weird thing about it is I can't actually figure out how to do it on Restream, which is a program. It's an app, but I can't figure out how to put all the little documentation as far as what I'm talking about and all of that. So I'm going to work on that in a minute, and then we're going to get kind of going on the whole thing. So I'm curious to see who jumps in here on a usual Sunday night. It is the 22nd. And man, I lost count how many of these I've done. So let's just take a look real fast here, and then we'll get going. We just do a sound check. Perfect. We'll be right back. We'll do it. Make it happen. Perfect. All right. Welcome to Truth Between Lines. We got it going on tonight. Let me just do one more thing on here. Make sure we're good with the check. I'm going to clean up my desk a little bit. I was working this afternoon on a whole bunch of new stuff coming out for this week. And that's what Hey, Howard Clegg, it's good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you doing a live chat with me. I appreciate it. Let's take a look. All right. We got everything in place. Howard, since you're the only one here, let me talk. What do you want to talk about? Let me know. But we put that on there. And we are good. And Howard, thanks for commenting on a lot of the different channels and our videos, I should say. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. I enjoy the comments, of course. That's cool. But yes, we are going to have a good time tonight. Got a list of stuff. And again, I want to wait a little bit longer, just only because we'll wait more people coming in and doing all that, and then we'll get going for sure. Let's see. So we are at 6:41, and I'm going to do a timetable to see how far we are behind in the delay. So I'm going to do it right and now. So typically last time we were trying this again, I'm on Restream streaming to YouTube. It took 19 seconds for the difference in the makeup of it. Yep. So I'm watching this on a different channel. All right. So it was 20. Yep. Yeah, we're about 20 seconds behind. So so Howard, the menu is hey Stuart. Okay, what have we learned this week other than cuckoo for coconuts? Yeah, exactly. Hey, yeah, we're going to talk about a few things. Number one, we are going to talk about the gold medals. How about that from the Olympics for the men's and the women's hockey? How cool was that? Not that I'm really a big, huge fan as far as the Olympics go, but you know, when we can dominate Canada in any possible way we can do it, that's what gets me excited. So that was the cool thing behind that I saw. Awesome stuff on that one. So I could just say that. But yeah, it was pretty. I mean, I watched probably the third period at a little bit of overtime, but then I had church because, of course, it's early here, and that was the problem. I had to go do that. So I missed the game-winning goal, and that sucked. But, you know, it was – when that guy got popped in the mouth, that was pretty bad. That was rough on that part. But then, of course, you know, he's going to – I even told my wife, I said, that's the MVP right there because they put the guy in the box for 2 minors. And I said, you know what? He's going to come back. He's going to be the entire you know, basically MVP of the league. All right, so let's see. Restream Sunday recap. Asking and telling. All right, so right now I'm filling out the, what do you call it? The description, I guess. We'll call it the description of what's happening on this thing, try and get some more people. I typically don't do this because usually I just jump right into the whole, you know, soundtrack. But yeah, I just figured out if I can get a few more people on here, but these tags don't match up at all. License, we'll put it on entertainment. We'll do a few things here. Bear with me. We'll just do this. Trump. All right. So again, we'll get going through there. All right. So guys, we got Stuart. We got Howard. Let me know what's going on. Hey, Juan Diaz. I'm sorry. I missed you. Totally missed you on the chat. So thanks for, hey, Juan, welcome to the chat. Appreciate it. Stuart and Howard, let me know what you guys want to talk about. You guys are regulars, and I appreciate that. That's awesome. It's good to see the same names and what's happening. Talk about the nor'easter too, up in Boston, New England area. I'm from southern New Hampshire. So when I remember when the nor'easters used to come in, and we just buckled down. That was it. And I thought I was going to get some money because I go out and shovel people's drives and shovel people's walkways and that kind of thing. So it was pretty crazy. Let's see here. Nor'easter. So I don't know if we have anybody from that area, but that's going to be a big deal. There we go. Okay. You know what? We'll be right back. I got to turn the sound up. One other thing. Oh. I feel like I'm completely off. But anyway, I got my winter wonderland behind me right here. This is actually my yard, but not today. But that was a couple weeks ago when we had it. We had a couple snow flurries coming in. And so we're all just buckling down and trying to figure out what is next on the agenda on there. So I did a few videos this week, though. We can talk about those, and doing really well, actually, surprisingly, I guess. But I did one called "Do Illegals Have Constitutional Rights?" I don't know. I did that one take. It's 6 minutes, and I got about 1,750 people that have watched it, which for me is phenomenal. 87 watch hours plus 9 members. So that's really cool. I can't, it's funny when you do stuff, the algorithm is such a fickle, and you just don't know what's going to hit and what's not going to hit. And it's like one of those things where I try really, really hard to do a great video, and I put my whole heart and soul behind it, and I just do this whole thing, and then I put it out and no one watches it at all. And then I'll do one just on the fly just because, and I'll throw it out there, no editing, no nothing, and it does absolutely nothing. And it does everything, I should say. And so it's just crazy how it all plays out and does it. But take a look at those. I take the Los Angeles school district, if you're following anything in California, is basically crumbling because they're running out of money. Imagine that. The federal government had already bailed them out because the COVID relief funds and everything else. So they got it through early 2020s, but now that money's now run out. So of course, what's going to happen next? And you're going to basically see a whole bunch of cuts. And where are the cuts going to come from? Who's actually going to pay for the schooling in Los Angeles? And unfortunately, you're dealing with kids, and you hate to have kids suffer because it's not their fault. They're kids, but the decisions by their parents and by adults running the state or the city or the school district are making bad decisions, and they're running out of money, and they're not planning ahead, and they're not figuring it out. So that's kind of one of those things. If you guys want to watch that Los Angeles Crisis to Balance School District, take a look, please, watch that one. And then I'll go to the comments here. But yeah, SAFE Act. What do you think's on the getting it through Senate? 75% of the people support it. Yes. Actually, I heard a higher, Howard. I heard like 82% of people in the country support the SAFE Act. So I don't understand. And obviously there is money exchanging hands somewhere down the line, in my opinion. But Mitch McConnell, I mean, whatever his grand wisdom that he has, that guy is just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's probably way past his point. And it's sad to see. It really is, because he's been there for so long, but it just tells you we need more term limits. 100%. We have to have term limits for these guys. There's no way Mitch McConnell can fall down the hallways. There's no way that he can freeze up while he's on camera. And then he's going to hold a vote up because for what? And especially in Kentucky, a state that Trump won. I don't understand that. So will we get it? Will we get rid of the filibuster? There is a lot of wrangling to be done in that. And I just don't know. I don't see it happening. I don't know how it could happen. I hope it does, but I just don't know if it's going to play out that way. I really don't. And that's the hard thing. And then Stewart said, I learned that Kamala and AOC are the same person, except Cortez has some market. Oh, I should be putting these up. I just realized that. I'm sorry. I just realized I got to put those up. I learned Kamala and AOC are the same person, except Cortez has more bartending experience. Yeah. They both have the word salads. They both have no idea what's really going on. They don't understand international trade. There is a whole bunch of this stuff going on. But yeah, bartending experience, that would be fun. That would be fun on that one. All right. So I'm on the for the Safe Act. We need more secure places to keep our money, says Howard, or Stewart. Howard says he'll expire on the Senate floor. God, I hope not, though. I mean, that's terrible, actually. Geez, Howard. I hope he doesn't expire. But at the same time, I hope he does step down. Yeah, I just look at that and I'm like, Kentucky can do better. You know, you got Rand Paul over there. You got Mitch. I mean, he is from Kentucky, right? Fact check me on that one. McConnell's from there. Mitch, is he from Kentucky? Yeah, from Kentucky. Yeah, Senator from Kentucky. A seat he has held since 1985. If you can believe that, Mitch McConnell's had a Senate seat since 1985. Well, I was born in 1978. So what does that tell you? The seventh Senate term and is the longest serving senator in Kentucky history. Sure. He served in 12, leader of the Senate Republican, Senate party leader. That is awful. When was he born? Let's see. Born in office. 1942. He's 84 years old. Mitch McConnell is 84 years old. He was born in Alabama. That matters. But wow. He, 3 children, University of Kentucky, University of Louisville. Man, that is rough. 84 years old serving. And you almost look at that too. Like, why is he still there? You know, if you've been serving for that long and that kind of thing going on, why do you want to still be there? Man, I'm hoping when I'm 84 years old, if I make it that far, I'm enjoying life at home. That's what I'm hoping on that one. But anyway, Howard always seems right. Yes, Kentucky, good. So I was right on that one. I thought so. Hey, Joshua McDonald, good morning or good evening. Good to see you on here. I thought you were East Coast time. I thought you were. No, you're I thought you were from Canada, but what's this? Sunset? What is this? Is that a sunrise? I think. All right, very cool. Hey, Josh, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Good to see your name again and pop up on there. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Grassley was elected in Senate in 1980. No kidding. So Senator Chuck Grassley. Let's look his self up. Yeah, that is. Jeez. Yeah, 90. Oh, he's 92 years old. Wow, he's 92 years old. Yeah. Born in 1933. Wow, that is. See, I look at that. American politician serving since 2020 as a president pro tempore of the United States Senate, position he held in 2019 to 2021, member of the Republican Party. Grassley is senior U.S. senator from Iowa, serving since 1981. Okay, so Howard, 1981, but fine. Before becoming senator, Grassley served 8 terms in the Iowa House of Representatives and 3 terms in the United States House of Representatives. So, I mean, he's done it. He served 3 stints as Senate Finance Committee chairman during periods. So, yeah, he's definitely been in there. What is this? Stuart, are you sure Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell? I don't think Kentucky can spell. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I just don't see that happening on that whole grand aspect of it. I don't know. I mean, I'm in Tennessee. I'm probably maybe 50 minutes to an hour away from Kentucky, to the border anyway. Oh, you're okay, Howard. That's right. You're from Iowa. Yeah. Yep. That's right. Are you still in Arizona though right now? Are you still the one that's golfing down in Arizona because you're a snowbird? But yeah, that's right. So Iowa. So Howard, what happens after that? I mean, if the guy is 92 years old in the next election, when is he up for election? Do you know that? Is he on this one or is he on the next one or in 2 years? See, let me see if it tells me. Let me look. So when is Chuck Grassley up for election? I mean, at that point, yeah, he is. So he has not said if he will win, if he will go for re-election. That was last year. I think he won't say definitely he's planning for another term. 2028. So he'll be there. He's currently the longest serving senator in Washington, D.C., leaving the door open for another reelection bid in 2028. God, he's 90, just like 93, maybe 95. What is he going to serve till he's 100? How is that even possible? No. Oh, wait, no, it's a 6-year term. Jesus, even longer than that. Howard, yeah, Howard, you got to get that guy out of there, man. You got to tell him to go. That's just too much. You can't do that. No, that's, I mean, at some point the party's got to turn on him a little bit and just say, dude, that's it. Cause we need younger blood. I don't know. Howard, has he done a good job? Are you happy with him? Who's your other senator? Iowa senator. Yeah. Who's your other senator? There are 2 senators. Joni Ernst. Okay. So Republican. Next election, she's up for election right now. So I'm curious, Howard, let me know. What do you think? If you like Joni Ernst, obviously Chuck Grassley's there till 2028. They got 6-year terms for senators. That is very interesting. But yeah, there you go. We think he will retire. Yeah, I would imagine you have to. Jocelyn, that's cool. Very nice. All right. So now, Stuart, here in Louisiana, we once had Edwin Edwards and David Duke. We fell out of our dodo bird nest also. Did you really have David Duke? I think I do remember that. I don't know Edwin Edwards. I'm going to look him up. But David Duke is a very interesting member to have for sure on that one. Edwin Edwards. Who names their kid twice? Who does that? There we go. Edwin Dawes was an American who served 65 to 1972 and as the 50th governor of Louisiana for 4 terms. Interesting. All right. So he was really out there. Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I want to look him up and take a look at that and see. But Joni is stepping down. Really? Is that right? Joni Ernst is stepping down. Do you know why? Like what happened? She just got elected, so that's weird. That's kind of too bad if that's the case. 2015. I mean, well, she's been there 11 years. Huh. All right. Well, hopefully have a good person coming back in there and doing that. That is interesting though. I'll tell you that. That little game. I wonder if she's going to be still stay in Washington, D.C. and just do something else. Curious on that one. So, yeah, but anybody else, though, getting hit by the nor'easter? Do you have anybody here on the channel that's from New England or Boston, New York, and everything else? I'm really actually, Northside hasn't been here in a while, but he used to come in all the time. He was from New York, and he would tell me all about the New York stuff and what's happening on that one. So I'm curious. Just I did a short. You probably saw it because, I mean, that short did really well, but it was about Mamdani coming out and asking people to get hired in order to shovel snow. So that was kind of an interesting one, is becoming an emergency snow shoveler. Like literally they're telling people to do that. But Howard says she's going to take a job in the military industrial complex. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Mamdani though coming in and actually asking that. But now, of course, you have to have 2 forms of ID, which is hilarious. And you have to have your social security card in order to get a job. So you can get in the country, you can vote, you can do whatever you want to, but of course you can't do it. You can't have a job unless you have all those things. All right. So we got game develop Unreal. I am from Yakutsk, Siberia, the coldest city in the world. It's 33. My name is Larissa and I'm 22 years old. Wow. Negative. Oh, wow. Arrived at -71. Yeah, that's pretty darn cold. I mean, at that point, you really can't do anything, can you? I would imagine everything is indoors. You really can't even spit out there because it'll freeze before it hits the ground. Wow, that is. Why do you choose? Okay, so game develop. If you really are from there and everything else, why do you stay there? Like, why would you want to live in -71 degrees? I mean, it cools down here at about 9, and I'm freaking out. Like, I want to do something else, but I don't know. I mean. Maybe you got really thick blood too, and it just doesn't freeze that quickly, or you just always have heat on everywhere around there. It's kind of like living in the desert and that kind of thing, because you never know. It's just hot. Hot is just hot, although you can die from all the extremes. So I'm just curious why you live there. But you can go outside. Can you really at -33? Oh, you can't. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so you can't go outside. I imagine you just absolutely freeze. Would your eyeballs freeze too? I mean, literally, I'm not joking. Like at -71, do your eyeballs actually freeze? So, Well, my parents, okay, that's funny. Are my parents related? No, no. I mean, they were married, so nope, they're not. Anyway, welcome to the chat for whatever reason. Hey, by the way, we just hit 20 minutes. So, guys, if you're here for the first time, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Stick around, watch a couple videos. We'll have some fun. Give me some topics. I mean, I got a whole bunch of stuff. We got the State of the Union coming up on Tuesday. If you guys are going to kind of watch that, oh, here we go. You're there because of the diamond caves. I assume that means diamond. I'm not sure unless something else. Interesting. That's cool. All right, Clayton Bigsby. Have a great evening. Okay. That's why my family do. All right. Okay, so you work in the mine. That's what you do? Yeah, that is, I guess. I mean, that's cool. That's a different life. I'll tell you that right now. But switching to America and all that stuff, are we going to watch the State of the Union? I know I am going to do it. I'm probably going to have another buddy of mine, Alex. If you remember him, he was on a live chat not too long ago. We're going to sit there in front of my big TV and we're going to kind of commentate, go over the whole thing. We're going to talk about who's there, who's not there, who's boycotting it. Do we even care if the Democrats are going to be boycotting it or not? So it's one of those things where we'll be watching it. So Tuesday night, if you have nothing better to do, come on. We'll watch the State of the Union together. We'll laugh, we'll cry, we'll make jokes, and we'll just have a lot of fun with that one. But you are funny as hell. Okay, very cool, Chantel. I appreciate it. Deadline passed. Nice, thanks. Welcome to chat. Yes, my parents were related. I am royalty. It's cool. Hey, we got somebody here from Belgium. All right, very cool. Nice. Well, welcome to the chat. You probably haven't been here before, but we do have a lot of people from around the world that will jump on here. Give me some facts and figures about what's going on in your country, if it's Belgium, whatever else. Let us know. We're in America. You know, I'm in America anyway. And let us know who else or what you think about America. Let us know what you think about Trump, good or bad. I don't care. It's fine because he's America first. But just curious what Belgium thinks about him. And then also, too, the guy from Yakutsk. Let us know what you think about America and what you think about Donald Trump, because that one is always a fun one to get going on that one. But anyway, glad to see you guys here on Sunday night. This is my typical time. I like to jump on here, do a weekly thing as far as what happened that week, talk about what's going on next week. All right, so let's see. USA hating Russian people, especially girl. It's there must be some language barriers or to go USA as Russian girl. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. But Russian people, especially girl, dangerous. I just got something. Oh, yeah. All right. So interesting. Yeah, that is interesting on that one. But I did see one chart, which I don't know if I trust it or not, but I would like to think so. But Trump's approval rating hit 50%. If you guys saw that, that's coming up. I don't have it with me as far as what I was going to talk about, but I heard that basically his approval rating, what's going on. Now, I didn't read all the questions and see the actual survey, but if that's the case, 50% would be huge. That'd be a huge one on that one. But let's see. Good old spicy. All right. So we got some fun people in the chats. All right. Very cool. Well, if you got something important to actually talk about, let me know about that one. But I don't know. So we're looking at that. Ken Starmer's blocking the U.S. from having the U.S. RAF bases for strikes on Iran. How many of you guys actually think we're going to go to Iran, have anything to do with Iran? And we got all of our armadas there. We got 2 aircraft carriers there, the Ford, and we got Abraham Lincoln. Do you think we're going to attack and invade? What are your thoughts on that? You know, let me know what you think on that one. I'm curious to see as that question comes out there. I know there was a lot of people worrying about it, but you know, just a matter of, do you think it's going to happen? You know, it's funny in the restream, I see all of the comments, but not all the comments are showing up on the actual in the actual YouTube channel. So that's interesting. And then game develop, you got I don't love Trump and even Putin, but their role the world, and they are human like us. I think there's a language barrier, so I'll just roll with it. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They do both make mistakes. I'm curious why though. You know, what's going on with that one. But let me know what you think on that. But okay, so Howard, do you think we're going to go to war with Iran? You think so? And that's how I'm wondering as far a lot as and how do we go to war? Because obviously wars have changed. We just basically plucked Maduro out of Venezuela. I don't think we can obviously do the same thing in Iran. Now they know we're coming for it, but at the same time, they know we can do it. So how do we actually do it? how do we actually go in there and actually, oh, of course, now my thing is broken. There we go. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. I got something. There we go. Actually, I want to go back to this. Putin is a criminal, and even USA presidents attack people. Both do. Yeah, that's definitely something. I mean, we'll see what happens with Iran and goes forward on that one. Have I heard about American Ambassador Bill White? He tries to change Belgian laws. No, I have not heard about that. Okay, so I heard about American Ambassador Bill White. He tries to change Belgian laws to let illegal doctors perform surgery on Jews. Wow. No, I'm going to look at that. Hey, by the way, if you guys have information like that, like I don't know, is a CB? I'm going to call you CB if that's okay. I'm not making fun of you, just reading it. But if you guys have good stuff like that, let me know, because I like to look at that stuff. I'm always learning, always trying to figure it out. So when you give me information like that, it's like, I'm going to look at that. So Belgian, I'm going to write down Belgian experiments and just take a look. I definitely don't, say I'm going to do everything, but I want to look at that one for sure. That says Aisha was not 6. Not even sure what that means, but all right. Hey, Leo, welcome. We got King Leo from Jamaica here. Very cool. Everyone responds. Oops, no. And then we got everyone is responsible about himself. That is it. Yep. Leo, I did. Yeah. Mar-a-Lago. You hear that someone tried to kill Trump again. Yeah. That was crazy that they went in there and they got him. Obviously, he was in the walls. He had a shotgun or something like that. And something else. I don't know if it was gasoline or whatever, but yeah, I'm glad they got him, and I'm glad he's no longer with us. So that was kind of a good move on that aspect of it. But yeah, just the fact that it's going to come out, well, who is this guy and all that kind of thing. So let's see. And then we can make you clean from the pedophiles. Okay. Inside. Oh, hey, not a bot. Welcome back to the chat, man. It's good to see your name pop up again. All right. So Insider Advantage poll, negative 50% approval, 46% disapprove, but this is an outlier versus other polls. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for putting that up. So 50% approve, 40% disapprove. That's the same exact numbers that I saw. So yeah, that was the whole thing. And then across major national surveys right now, Trump's overall approval in the U.S. sits mostly in the upper 30s, the low 40% range, with a consistent majority of Americans disapproving. Yeah, and that's typical as far as a lot of the polls. That's why I said earlier when I announced that I was had it down in my notes that you don't really know the questions exactly. So you say, hey, do you approve of Trump? Yes or no? That's one thing. Or you say, hey, do you approve of President Trump with his economy or the way he's handling border security? Do you approve? So that's the different rates and all that stuff. Statistics can be manipulated all kinds across the board, but yep. The white 50 cent. Leo, where did that come from? But yeah, I agree. Michael DeSanta. What? Okay, I don't know what Michael's. What do I think of ICE? Yeah, we actually, and thank you for asking that question. So we have had this discussion, God, I mean, for weeks now, going forward. I mean, since all the stuff kind of went down in Minneapolis, we talked a lot about the fraud in the beginning and then the whole ICE. I support ICE 100%. I support law enforcement. Are there bad actors? Yeah. Are there bad police officers? Yeah, there's bad apples all across the board. But at the same time, if you're literally going to try and run over somebody, I don't care if you pulled your wheels to the right or not, you still gunned your car at him, your SUV at an officer. Did you deserve to die? No, but you know what? That's what happens when you screw around. Alex Preddy, that guy was just an idiot. Let's just put it that way. Did he deserve to die? No, he didn't deserve to die. But at the same time, you do stupid things, that's what happens to you. So that's my whole scenario in that one. It is weird to think, though, if we're talking about ICE, that Minneapolis is really the major. There's a lot of little protests going on in Los Angeles, but what's new? It's Los Angeles. That's been happening since the riots in '92. So to see it happen somewhere else, after like Nick Shirley went in there and did the whole thing with all of the, the fraud and the Leering Center. We made a lot of jokes about the Leering Center here. We talked a lot about what was going on in the autism centers that they got as well. So that was the whole thing. If I'm off base, just let me know. We'll talk about it. We'll definitely chat in that aspect of it. So I do want to write this down, though. A couple notes I put on here. All right. So Michael DeSantis from GTA 5. Okay. All right. I haven't never played that. You got to have the record for the most attempts on his life while running for president and serving. Yeah, I imagine that's a record you don't want to have there, Leo. But yeah, I agree. I look like Michael DeSanta from GTA 5. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What is that? I don't know. God, you never realized that. All right, I don't know. Testosterone lacking. Okay, easy. All right. That's interesting. That's one thing I don't think I have a problem with that one there. All right, Sonia baby. Is that your name? Okay. Is that okay? Yeah. Anyway, easy diagnosis. Oh, it's funny actually. It's the testosterone up, but the easy diagnosis one popped up thing. Um, I'm doing good, John Pogge. Hey, good to see you. How are you doing? I'm doing good. So we are, we did it in 30 minutes though. If you guys are here for the first time, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. We're trying to grow the channel, obviously. Get a couple videos, just have some fun and do the whole thing going here. And then so here we go. Stuart, after watching Tucker's entire interview with Huckabee, I will never listen to Tucker again. Is that right? I didn't see that one. What was the whole thing with Tucker Carlson, like being detained in Israel or something like that? Like, I don't know. That was a weird one for me. I haven't a chance to look at that. I was going to, and then I got sidetracked. But I'll look at that interview. It's hard for me because I love watching Tucker when he's on Fox, and I was able to do it. It was an hour hour podcast, or not podcast, hour show anyway. But now, man, him and Joe Rogan, a few of the other ones, they run these like 2.5 to 3 hour, videos. And I'm like, seriously, I can't sit there for 2.5 to 3 hours. Like, I can't do it. That's why most of my videos are probably under 12 minutes. Typically they're around 6 to 8 minutes. And that's like my listening skills right there. That's what I got. I have been doing a whole bunch of more, but that's what I look at. So when like Tucker and all the other guys, they start running these whole things, I just tune them out because I can't follow it. And that's my problem on that one. But so that's interesting. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I do want to take a look at that and see. All right. So, all right, so we got a few. This is an interesting one. I must see if this popped up or not. Well, it's on the screen. Yeah. Yo, stop the cap means shaking my head. How y'all still support this guy? Shaking my head. Okay. I'm not even sure what you're talking about on that one. But anyway, can you ride a horse? Yeah, I can ride a horse. John Cena looks like a dog. Oh, that's interesting. I like the name on that one. John, I got a good story about John Cena, actually. The first time I actually saw him in person outside of a WWE thing. So that was kind of interesting on that one. I got my green screen for me. Never mind. I got a bunch of stuff up there as far as WWE goes. But hey, we'll get to it later. What I don't get is how people say BLM, but don't say it when they are killing each other. Plus, BLM was a massive scam. It was a huge scam, man. It was a huge scam. Those guys made off with millions upon millions of dollars. And I don't think they really helped anybody at all. You can tell they brought awareness and all that stuff, but no, I don't think that was the whole thing. So yeah, I agree on that one. And you got to remember too, Leo, and basically everybody else, I'll go on record and say this, which actually is not just me, but basically the minorities to the Democrats, they're only needed when it comes up for elections. That's all it is. That's all they care about. They could care less about you anywhere, any other time of the year. It's only for the election. And like right now with the whole SAVE Act, right? You're literally saying that African Americans and blacks and minorities are too stupid to get an ID, and they can't do it. I mean, what kind of racist bullshit is that right there? How can you come out there and literally say that with a straight face and then still be supported by people? I don't understand. I really don't understand. You can say you're too stupid to one lady said you're too stupid to understand what a laptop is. Like, oh, they don't even know where to get a laptop or what a laptop does. I mean, how do you say that about an entire race of people? To me, it just blew my mind that some actual Democrat will come out on camera during an actual interview. I don't know if it was an interview or it was during Congress or whatever it was, but say that out loud. And I'm like, God, man, if that were me saying something about me and my family or anybody, it's stupid. But anyway, so that was the interesting one on that one. Thanks, Leah, for bringing that up. John Pogge, of course. Yeah, man, good. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm a lot lizard, Sonia baby. Okay, I kind of got that. All right, Daddy Marquez. He wouldn't kiss the wall. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is was it Shea Meat 994? Who wouldn't kiss the wall? You talking about the wall in Jerusalem, the wall of tears, or what it is? But yeah, I don't know. Fill me in as far as who, but all right, Leo. Only because you've been on this channel for a long time. I watched an amazing video last night. I know we're going to hear it in a minute. Stuart says he is anti-Semitic and has gone down the Candace rabbit hole. Oh, you're talking about Tucker still? Anti-Semitic has gone down the Candace rabbit hole. Yeah, Candace. I had a long talk about that. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, oops, I just dropped my pen. Speaking of which, Glitter Me Allison will be here on Friday. So we're going to do a live interview Friday morning with her. She was on my channel back in January. We're kind of going to do a end of the month wrap up. So we did one for January, and we're going to do one for February as well. So tune in Friday morning Eastern time. This will probably be about between 10:30 or 11 o'clock. We'll start, and we'll go from there. I'll do the video as well, having on that. But Glitter Me Allison was big with the Candace thing. We can ask questions about that as well, and what she felt about that one, because she did a deep dive on Candace and kind of where Candace went and where she is now. So it's interesting. Sonia says, yo, you can't say that word. I don't even know what BEO is, but okay. And Leo says the black people have been mayoral screwed by the CIA, though I will say that. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you talk about the CIA, we're going to go back to what the experiments that they were doing with the drugs back in the 40s or 50s or something like that. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things happening with that one. So yeah, definitely curious. I said what I said. I'm not the only one to say it, but prove me I'm wrong. Let's just do that. So Stuart says, I used to drink, kiss a lot of walls. Yeah, definitely. I would say I hit a few coffee tables along the way to my day, but thankfully those days are Friday. So yeah, I had an impromptu little get together at my house on Friday. We got a bunch of stuff happening here, and it was one of those things where it was like, man, it was stupid. I'm not young anymore. That's terrible. All right, so Leo, the video I watched was from a CIA member saying everything in crazy. The CIA is a real terrorist. Yeah, not the first time we've heard that. That's the interesting thing about it, is you continuously hear about the CIA. Used to hear a lot about the FBI, but yeah, even when Biden was president, you just didn't hear a whole lot about the DOJ. So it is interesting. What do you guys think about the government being quote unquote shut down, and the Department of Homeland Security not getting their money? TSA is not getting their money. I haven't actually followed up to see whether or not they've got back into it, but anyway, let me know what you think about that. I think it's pretty crappy that they would do that, not pay them and everything else. So put that in the comments too. Not a bot. Have you seen Double Luge in the Olympics? Seems a little gay. No. The funny thing is, so if you notice, that comment's on the screen with me, but it's not in, you probably don't see that actually with the on the chat, because I guess YouTube probably put that in the filter or something like that. I don't have a filter on at all. I'll tell you right now, I do not have a filter on at all. However, YouTube just has their natural stuff that they do. So you're seeing on the screen, but you're not seeing that. So if you're using those kinds of words, maybe just change the words, add a symbol, add a number, whatever else, as long as I can still read it. That's cool. So anyway, there's that one. Okay, anyway, for real though, not a bot, Double Luge. I don't get the whole thing. I've been watching bobsled and all that stuff, like the skeleton, like literally you're just going down the mountain. I mean, I guess you can steer a little bit, you can move your weight, but literally I did that as a kid, so I'm not quite impressed. The bobsled, I don't understand when you get, you have 2 men or 2 people, 4 people, like literally the first person in the front, they do it. They do the driving, they do all that stuff. You literally have people in the back that are just ducking down. And I'm like, really? What, like, who is that one? He's like, yeah, I'll volunteer. I'm going to put my head in your butt, and we're absolutely just going to hold on for dear life. I won't know what's going on at all. So if we crash, I have no clue. No, count me out on that. I'll drive it and everything else. But the fact that they can just jump in, and then of course they're the brakeman at the end. But no, that does not sound fun to me at all. But so the Double Luge, yeah, the Double Luge, I just think, not needed. That's my word. Not a bot. That is my word. It's just the Double Luge is just not needed. I just think it's dumb. So there you go. Gay or not, I just think it's stupid. But I'm so glad you want to actually learn and search things up. Oh, that's cool. Yep. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm here for it. Trust me. I don't know everything. Trust me on that one. So yeah, I do definitely want to search things up. All right. Trump was having them investigated by the real unknown government feds, by the way. Yeah, I can see that happen. I don't know what proof you have, Leo, but I imagine that is happening. Aaron Border, hey, welcome back, Aaron Border. It's good to see you on here, man. Appreciate you coming back. It's cool. Yeah, nice. Good to see the same names. By the way, we're coming up on 40 minutes. You guys, if you're here for the first time or haven't been here in a while, please just like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. That'd be awesome. My team has the best bobsled team. Even yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Leo. If you guys don't know, if you're following this, Leo is the king of Jamaica. We crowned him that, and they do have a fantastic bobsled on that one. It was a Cool Runnings. That was the name of the movie, though, right? It was Cool Runnings about the bobsled. Was it John Candy? God, man, that's the law. That's an old movie, right? John Candy was the coach. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, border man. We beat Canada. I talked about that when we first started though too. So I did talk about that. But fantastic, awesome stuff. I mean, the fact that we won the first gold medal since 1980 is awesome. The fact that we whooped butt on Canada, I shouldn't say whoop butt. The fact that we beat them in a good team is awesome too. So yeah, that is very awesome. Yeah, good for us. Good for United States. Go team. All right, so there's that one. Okay, so we got Deadshot. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you on here. So, do you think Jesus should be allowed into the USA without proper documentation? Sure. He wouldn't need it because he literally could just walk across the water and pop in. And I don't think anybody's going to say anything when they see a guy walking across the water. They're probably not going to stop him for that one. But Leo Lee, how do they even train in Jamaica? Did you see the movie or not? Jeez, it was all out there. Anyway, go back to the Jesus one. Every time you bring up Jesus, though, on Deadshot. So if you're going to ask me some question about ICE or something else or illegal immigration, fine, go for it. We usually cover that in this channel. So for those people we've got a lot of people that will come on here whenever I'm on here, which I really appreciate it. We talk about that all the time. So if you want to rehash that, we can talk about that too. So anyway, how do they train? I don't know. Figure it out, Leo. You could definitely put that together. I think they were using. I can't. It's been too long. I was going to say something, but I can't. Stewart says Iran will be holding the Olympics. The bombs. That's good. Iran will soon be holding the Olympics. The bomb sled race will be something to behold. Yeah. Could you imagine the craters on that one? What they're doing? I mean, what games do you need like absolute craters on? Stuart, you make me laugh, but yeah, that would be interesting. Hold on a minute. Oh, sorry, I got a cough. To be fair, I think Jesus would respect the law and borders. Yeah, I mean, Jesus was for law, right? I mean, it's not like he could help the poor and do all that stuff, but he still respected the law. Kind of why he decided to sacrifice himself, and at the time that he did, because they came after him and he didn't fight them back. So that's kind of interesting on that one, but. Yeah, thanks, Leo. Appreciate that. Let's see what else we got going on. Marco Rubio is engaged in discussions with Relito, which is the grandson of Fidel's brother Raul, on the future of Cuba. Anybody want to weigh in about that as far as what's actually happening with Cuba right now? You haven't seen a lot in the news about them. When we got Maduro from Venezuela and we put up the not the boycott, but the border around Cuba wouldn't let them have the oil and gas for that matter. You just heard that they're going to run out and it was going to be a horrible situation there in Cuba. And I'm curious. I haven't heard. If you guys have, maybe I should look at that and see what's happening with there. But there was one meme. Somebody was complaining like, oh, Cuba, ran out of oil and they live in poverty right now. And the one person fought back and said, yeah, Cuba's run out of oil like since 1967, and we've lived in poverty since 1967. So there you go. That was the funny thing about that one. But so what is this, Leo? I just released what the Aisha thing is about, the Muhammad having a wife that has five. Is there more to that? There's probably more to that then. You know what's interesting? Oh, there's this. It's funny. It pops up on YouTube faster than my restream. I'm realizing that. Well, Jesus owned heaven. He didn't try to make it to America. Yeah, that's a good point right there. Exactly. What is my favorite quote, Leo? Oh, man, that's... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, favorite quote. It's funny when I was actually actively working and actually actively doing like self-help and just rah stuff and everything else for business. I had quotes. I had them they're all taped to my wall, my computer, and I walk in the morning and I'd do the whole rah. Let's talk about some great quote of the day and that kind of thing. But now that I'm like retired, I don't even see anything at all anymore. So it's kind of interesting. Actually, speaking about being retired, hey, big news. This is actually big news. I am going to be on a radio station on Friday night. and it's Friday nights from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock on Eastern Standard Time. I will be being interviewed. So I'm actually going to be interviewed about my basically, I'll be honest with you, my success in life and what happened. So I will have a live chat from the booth that I'm going to be in at the radio station, but at the same time, I will not be talking back and forth. I will, so don't expect me to interact because I'll be focused on what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm being interviewed. If you guys ever seen the Prosperity Lounge, we've talked about him a few times. He's been on the chat many times as well, and he's bringing me on his actual radio program. So I am very excited about that, and looking forward to it. So that's Friday night, 6 o'clock start time, Eastern Standard Time till 7. And I'll have it live, and we'll do a bunch of stuff on that one. My favorite quote is probably from Fight Club or The Seven. Well, Leo, we don't talk about Fight Club. Number 1 rule of Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club. Number 2 rule about Fight Club, yeah, you know it. Or The Seven. Are you talking about the movie Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman? And was it Kevin Spacey? I think that's who it was. And who was his wife? His wife was somebody too. God, anyway. Shit, there's a lot of people in the movie Seven. What's in the box? Are you, Leo, are you talking about the Seven, like the 7 deadly sins on that one, that movie? Anyway, Captain Cake, hey, welcome, dropping by to give my daily like. Hey, I appreciate that, Captain Cake, man. Just appreciate that. Like I always tell you guys, I love it coming on, you getting the likes. Make sure you watch a video, put a playlist on and just watch every video back to back and do the whole thing on that one. All right. So make it a dunking booth that I will fly out there. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be good to see you. So here we go. Not a bot. In February, the Cuban crisis has paralyzed the island. U.S. fuel blockade and tariff threats on suppliers like Mexico have cut oil imports by 90%. This has caused 20-hour blackouts, grounded flights. Isn't that crazy? Oh, yeah. You talk about the flights. I mean, basically the planes can't fly into Cuba because they can't refuel in order to get out of Cuba. So that's crazy on that one. 20-hour blackouts. I mean, 24 hours in a day. So for 20 hours, I mean, well, I guess you really only need a few. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I always wonder what would happen with that one. Do you guys remember a guy named Lunatic Libertarian? It's a lunatic libertarian. I've been talking with him. We're actually going to do an interview tomorrow. I'm going to be looking him up as well. I was trying to get him on the show tonight, but he couldn't do it on Sunday night. So I'm going to be bringing him on. So look for that video coming out as well. We're going to talk a little bit about Cuba. We're going to talk a little bit about what United States is, what it means to be a libertarian, and kind of through the whole thing as far as could we survive right now if we were Cuba ourselves as America. Like, how would American citizens react? So we're going to go through all those details, obviously expand on a lot of that. And it's going to be an interesting interview. I'm sure it will be. So that's actually 2. That's 2 interviews I got this week. Actually 3 if you included Glitter Me Allison. So I got 3 live interviews I'm going to be doing and taping them all. And which is actually a lot for me, believe it or not, because I usually just do these 6-minute videos and I just kind of go through them and hit it up. So that's what's happening with that one. Howard, yes, I will put on clean underwear when I go to the station for sure. Thank you for the reminder, though. I completely would have forgot, Howard. Thanks. All right, so Leo, but what I meant by Muhammad is he had a wife at the age of 5. But they tried to say 8, and the new generation said it was 13, like it makes it better. Yeah, exactly. None of those make it better at all. What all? I mean, yeah, that's fuck, man. I don't know if I want to get into that tonight, but that whole thing, exactly. I agree on you on Leo. So we got Steel Derek. Yeah, the blizzard looks bad. Hope the power hold up. Yeah. Remind me, you're from Massachusetts, right, Steel Derek? I think welcome to the chat again. By the way, I know you've been here before. But yeah, you're from Massachusetts. I want to say you're from Western Massachusetts. So yeah, let us know how you're doing, man. Is it hitting yet? Is it going on there? Let's see. So it's got nor'easter this weekend. Yep. Snow fooling, man. East Coast. Let's take a look at the Weather Channel here. So you basically you're getting screwed. The whole thing is going through there. Nor'easter, East Coast weekend. The amount of snow that falls and where remains challenging to pinpoint. Of course it does. With the track, let's see. I'm looking for actual information. Uncertain from New England. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah. See, I try and steal Derek. I try to remember where everybody's from. I don't know how I do it, but I try and remember it all. But it's interesting. So Yeah, I-95, question of heavy snow. How much could snow? Yeah, I'm not sure if they're giving actual numbers. Overall, New York City has recorded 22.3 inches of snow this season, is near the historical average of 22 following the stretch. Wow. Hey, there's Prosperity Lounge. I was just talking about you, actually. Hey, so real quick, let me back up here. 20 hours a day without electricity or internet, people would be offing themselves pretty quick in the United States. That is exactly right. I'm believing on that one too. So that is the thing. Hey, here is Prosperity Lounge. He just showed up. Cool. Did you hear me talking about you? Is that why you knew? Did you hear? Let me know. I back it up like, I don't know, not even like 6 minutes. I was just talking about you being on Friday. No Arlington, great day for us. Hockey uncle was coach at British, Boston College. I assume BC is Boston College, not British Columbia. But all right, that's cool. Yeah, that's very cool. I know a couple people that went to Boston College. Eagles, Doug Flutie. Yep, that's why I remember that one. The People's Republic of Seattle. Yeah, Captain Cake. What are your feelings about your new mayor there of Seattle? She did a fantastic job the other day when she was coming on there and talking about her state of the city or whatever else. So that was interesting. I'm kind of curious how she played on that one. And this guy thinks my breath stinks, which is interesting. All right. Well, that's got done with your mom. So that's what happened there. But okay. Anyway, going back to the Prosperity Lounge. So again, I was just talking about you, buddy. I'm going to be on your radio show on Friday night between 6 and 7. So we were just talking about that. And any questions anybody has to throw it out there, let us know. So that was kind of cool. But let's see. Let me go back to this as far as that goes. So, yep. Yeah, USA, very cool. Yeah, exactly. Remove all cautions from products. We need some natural selection. Exactly. Yeah, Captain Cake. Yeah, this if you have a chance, if you want an actual laugh, watch actually the State of the City that that she put on. Brand new mayor comes out there. She doesn't know technology at all. She can't figure out how to make a microphone work. They can't get anything working. I mean, after the first 5 minutes, I had to turn it off because I was just laughing too hard. It was just too much for me. I had to go. So, yeah, definitely an absolute moron. Jeffrey Epstein official. He supports Trump. Cool. I mean, great. You're in the right spot, I think, but you also said my breath stinks. So, I don't know. You started off weak, so hopefully you get better than that because that's pretty pathetic. But anyway, if you support Trump, you're in the right place. Please like and subscribe. Make sure you go forward on that one. But all right, so Trump is great. Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, that's an interesting name. Actually, I'm surprised I'm actually surprised YouTube allowed you to have that name just because it's just kind of interesting. But anyway, how do you get radio station for this interview? Well, Prosperity Lounge. He runs he runs this own program, so he's always on between the hours of 6 to 7. That he has a radio station for his stuff. Take a look and see what you think about him too as well. He does a lot of self help. Leo, you asked earlier about the favorite quote of the day. He does not a quote, but a little 2-minute jibe about, hey, what's going on that day, how self-help stuff to help it out. So it's very cool. But they do a lot of business, how to pull yourself up, how to get yourself out of debt, how to get a second side income, whole bunch of different things going on there. When he's interviewing a whole bunch of people from around the world that actually go to the things that he does and giving you helpful tips as far as how people got to where they're at, interviewing CEOs and multimillionaires. And so it's a pretty good channel. It's a pretty good channel. So check out the Prosperity Lounge. I really hope he's still watching that I just plugged him for that one. Oh, he's still watching. There we go. All right. Very cool. I was making sure you were watching. I'm gonna jump on this real quick. She is clueless. She looks like someone who obsesses over pronouns and organic community. Yeah, exactly. Still Derek. There we go. I will be live streaming it on my channel. Well, hey, no, Prosperity Lounge. I'm gonna be live streaming on my channel, so they gotta watch. They gotta watch Truth Between Lines. Okay, but put the link is right there at Prosperity Lounge. Anybody can take a look at that and see. So it will be on all of the things. It'll be out there and kind of a fun thing. But all right, so we'll do that one. Did I miss anything, Prosperity Lounge? Did I miss anything else there that you put on that, or did I cover it all? So hopefully I got it. Leo, we're consumers. We are the products of a lifestyle obsession, murder, crime, poverty. These things won't concern me. What concern me is our celebrity magazines, television with 500 channels. Yeah, that is your favorite quote. I'll leave it up there for a minute. Yeah, yeah, that's the United States right there. I mean, we're just talking about Cuba not having power for 20 hours a day, but here we are worried about our own little thing. And yeah, it's kind of pathetic. But hey, overall, just glad to live in the greatest country ever in the history of the world on that point. Another thing we talk about too is Mayor Mamdani, though, releasing a budget plan to fleece the rich or fleece the middle class. Are you guys watching Mamdani? I mentioned earlier about the emergency snow removal, but I mean, the fact that he's coming out there talking about they're going to raid the rainy day fund. They're going to go after some retirement funds in order to fund it. It's only the second month that he's been mayor. It's only the second month, and they're already raiding the rainy day fund. I mean, what are you doing? Why are you trying to just absolutely take down the entire New York City? So if you're a fan of Mamdani and you're watching this right now, please tell me why you're a fan of him. Other than he's young, he's good looking, or whatever crap you want to talk about. The guy's a joke, man. What I mean, but you voted for it. That's what you did. That's what you did. Defund the police, do all of that. And then, of course, you want to have illegal aliens being able to do everything and anything in your city because who cares? I was watching videos of all the trash that's piled up, all of the snow that's on there. Of course, that's why you need to become an emergency snow removal. And then they're watching like all the immigrants. They're just selling their wares on the sidewalks and things. They got, big old blankets out there with a whole bunch of cell phones and purses and all kinds of other things. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, the whole thing. And then, yeah, Leo. So, I saw that he promised to save people money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What people, though? That's the question. And let's see. Trying to read that name. Anyway, Derb or whatever it is. Okay. I'm not sure. Welcome to the chat. Fantastic. Glad to have you here. So yeah, he's going to save people money, but who? What kind of people? And that's kind of thing. Sounds like you made out trading with Asia. No, I don't know where you got that from, but all right. Here we go. Here's a good one from Mr. Nubins 3809. So that's worse than voting for a known pedo. No. I didn't vote for Biden. I voted for Trump. I've never voted for Biden. So no, I didn't do that one at all. Yeah, you ain't dead, Derb. Yeah, I did. Yeah. We got people who want to come in here and just do stupid shit all day. But hey, you know what? It helps my algorithm because all the algorithm sees is, hey, they come in here and they're actually interact and I get watch time on that one. So that's always cool that people are doing that. But anyway, yeah, we were hitting 60 minutes. So we're at the hour. If you guys are here for the first time, please like and subscribe. That would be awesome. I'd appreciate that. And of course, it does help the watch hours and all that stuff. This guy with a funny, great name says gay bloke. Okay. All right, cool. Where are you from? Who uses the word bloke? Who does that? Are you from over across the pond? Are you sad that your country sucks? I'm not sure where you're at with that one, but Derbs. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, Trump was in the files. Yeah, he sure was. He was the one that was telling the police to arrest Epstein. So yeah. Mr. Noob says, yeah, Trump is a pedo mate. You're living in La La Land. Okay, prove it. All right, cool. And then he calls me brainwashed, and Puster calls me, yeah, you were very gay. All right. Fun. So Biden wasn't really a pred. To be fair, I will defend him on that point. Yeah, Leo, to some degree, though. But remember, Biden was the one that basically sniffed children. Okay, which, yeah, okay, fine. I mean, yeah, he's an older guy, but he was taking showers with his granddaughter. That was in her diary. Do you remember that, though? I mean, he literally was taking showers with his granddaughter. And you're going to tell me that wasn't it? And then I look at like his son, Hunter. And his son Hunter at that same thing and everything else, where Hunter was literally like, I mean, well, do we even need to get into what Hunter went through? I mean, seriously, yeah. I mean, I was actually in a good mood. I don't know if I want to drag Hunter through more of a gutter than the guy's already crawled out of, but that could be an interesting one on that one. So I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So the fact that whole thing, and you got Biden, you got Clinton, you got Obama all hanging out together. It's just not it's not a good scenario on that whole aspect of it. But so anyway, then we'll go on that one. My favorite quote: "The turkey was so undercooked that a good veterinarian could save." Where is that from, Stuart? I've never heard that one. That's a good one. All right, so not a bot showing his pride there. This guy, so Derb's back saying both Biden and Trump were prez. Hey, great. All right, we agree on something, at least for Biden. So that's cool. All right, hey, show the proof. That'd be fantastic. That'd be awesome. Because I just know this. Trump was banging porn stars. So I mean, take it for what it is. He's not after little children, though, on that one. How many dudes did you? I don't know. Do you got a problem with that? What do you got? A problem with my sexuality? Is that your issue? Come on, man. It's 2026. I mean, jeez, you can't judge somebody by who they share a bed with, right? So that's kind of rude on your ass part. You can call me a they them too as well, dumbass. All right, so Leo, your prince was a pred and your mayor is a homo. Yeah, when he used the word bloke, and I think he used one other thing too. I caught as well as far as that mate. Oh, he said mate. Yeah, your prince was a pred, and your mayor is a homosexual who only likes Muslim British dudes. Yeah, um, and is it France that they're not sure if the wife is actually a dude too? Again, nothing that I mean, whatever. If love is love, I guess. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, huh. And of course, you got Michael Obama too as well. But I don't know who likes Muslim dudes. All right, Pusser in the U.S. I don't know. He says, yeah, awesome, good comeback on that one. All right, very cool. Anyway, welcome to the chat. Oh man, that's funny. It's weird. Oh, not a bot. It's funny. I didn't even notice the little alien guys there next to the whole flag. I noticed the one flag. So I'm looking at multiple different locations. So it's kind of weird how that all plays out. But anyway, it's good to see you guys all in this chat. So any other topic we got coming up? New York hospital closes program on youth gender transition services. So I guess Pusser can't get his stuff and his transition on that one. So man, I'm sorry to hear that. Man, I don't know if you live in New York or not, but you can no longer get that transition surgery you've been wanting on that one. Neither can Noobs, either or Derb or whatever his name was. They can't get that one. So that's cool. Good for New York to shut that down. That is fantastic. Prince Andrew arrested over Epstein's suspicion of misconduct. So that was a big deal too, as well. I mean, he didn't get arrested because of what he did on the Epstein Island. He got arrested because they're saying that he was giving secrets away. So you want to talk about that. Your prince was a pred. Yeah, there we go. Actually, yeah, go back to Leo's comment. Exactly. So that's what you talk about was the whole thing. Your prince was a pred. And so he was Prince Andrew's arrested. Am I celebrating gay pride? Well, obviously you don't know me at all. Not a bot is though. So look at the screen there on that one. But oh, look at Derbs. I'm his favorite gay streamer. Hey, at least I'm somebody's favorite. That's always cool to hear. That's awesome. So always good on that one. As long as you like and subscribe, that would be fantastic on that aspect of it. But so that is the majority of it that we can talk about. We need more gay men. The byproduct of that for me is abundance. Yeah, exactly. Right. It just lowers the people you're going after. So the women can obviously go forward on that one, but yeah, fun stuff on that. So way to get me behind on that one. Anyway, again, thanks for helping me watching the watch hours and do that for it too. But I do want to look at one thing here as we kind of wrap up. Again, we're hitting an hour. I usually typically do an hour on Sunday nights. And then that's I got a few comments on some of the other things. Let's see. What else did I talk about? They talked about the Bears. The 1984, the book 1984 by George Orwell. I did a report on that one. If you guys hopefully did see from 6 days ago, if you guys remember Daily Riot, I'm actually surprised he's not actually on here. And but him and I did an hour interview on that one. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff. Watch that interview. It is a little bit long. And then as well, that's all from last week. So I did what, 3, 4, 5 videos on there. And my shorts are getting better. I'm telling you right now, I got a bunch of people watching the shorts, which is really cool. I actually went over 1,000 on one of them, which for a lot of people is not a big deal, but for me, it's a lot of big deal. So I'm very happy with it. We're getting going. We've been doing this channel since March of last year. So yeah, we'll be coming up on a year, believe it or not. Wow, that's crazy to think about. Yeah, that is crazy to think about. Jeez, I got to figure out what day that first one was. I'm going to do a whole little thing on that one. But so let's see. Not about so you can build 1,000 bridges, but if you Diddy a miner, you're not known as a bridge builder. Yes, yeah, I've heard that joke before. You can build 1,000 bridges, but if you Diddy a miner, you're not known as a bridge builder. You're known as a pedophile. Same thing with the goats too. Yeah, same thing with that's the same thing with the goats. Yeah, I said he's doing dudes, dude. Hey man, slow down when you're writing because you're literally like you're correcting yourself. And I don't know, I'm trying to keep up with all that. He said he's doing dudes. Okay. Yeah. If anybody on here knows me or has been watching this channel for more than 1 hour and 4 minutes, you absolutely know where I stand with a lot of stuff on things. I make it pretty obvious, but hey, you do you, man. You love is love. You do what you want to do. Nobody's going to judge you, okay, on that one. All right. So anything else happening? I think I cover my entire list. Let me just take a look. Like I said, we got a few things happening. Oh, we talked about Alex Jones, Ireland, the Illuminati, Goyism. What else did I miss? Nick Shirley. We talked about that. Tucker Huckabee interview. Ambassador Bill White. So, all right. So we got all that stuff. Say JFK died because he was trying to expose the CIA. Is that what's happening with Trump? Yeah, it could be. It could be absolutely with that one. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm actually reading a book right now by Bill O'Reilly, and it's called Killing the Mob. And if you know, he has this whole series that's basically the same name as Killing series, but so it's Killing the Mob. And right now I'm in the chapter right now of the of JFK and how involved him and mostly his father got involved with the mob. And of course, when his father got involved, he got involved as well. They talked about Robert Kennedy too, and so it's pretty fascinating, kind of expected from what you've just heard growing up. Also talk about a lot about how Vegas is maturing and how it started and all that stuff too, and go forward. But all right, so Steel Derek, you want to talk about Iran? We actually mentioned that earlier about an hour, an hour ago. But sure, yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? We maybe have a new crowd going on here. Do we think that we're going to attack, invade? I mean, we're not going to go to war with them per se because we really don't need to. So I'm curious what you guys think about that, whether or not we're actually going to go in there and do that. Oh, Nick Fuentes is in the news. What is Nick in the news for? I'll have to look that up. I know who Nick. I've seen a few of his stuff. I mean, I mean, honest with you, he makes some good points. Some of it's dumbass, but he's making shitload more money than I am. So I'll tell you that right now. So, what is he in the news for? What did he say now, and what's happening on that one? I am curious, see what goes on with that. But so anyway, that was the Iran thing. I know that again, there's like a 19 to 20-second delay. So from when I actually talk about it versus when it pops up too. So I kind of take that into consideration as well. And I do talk fast, and the idea behind that is because I want you to listen fast, because that's the way I operate. But hey, I don't know. We'll figure it out from there. So if there's not anything else, I'm going to call it, because again, I can do about an hour, and that's about where I'm at. So let's see. So I put something about Joe Biden being not in this world and the government falling after the death of JFK, but Trump resuscitated the country. But I guess the shadow government didn't like it. Where are you putting this stuff, or do you want to share that? Like, I know you've been talking about this a lot, but where are you actually putting it that they're shadow banning you on that one? Because I kind of want to, I kind of actually want to read what you're actually putting out there for sure. Enter full screen. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So hold on a minute. I just did a full screen thing and I just screwed that up. So now I can't see crap. There we go. Go back. Go back. Oh. Hold on a minute. I think I might screw up there. No, I'm good. All right. Wow, that was weird. Thanks. Yep. In YouTube. All right. All right, Leo. I'll look at you. Figure it out. There better be some good pictures of some beaches in Jamaica. I'll tell you that right now. So, all right, guys. Hey, we're hitting an hour 10. I'm tired, and I'm just going to basically call it. But is this live? What? I'm hedging right now. So, all right, guys. Hey, I appreciate it. If you haven't joined, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't put the thumbs up on there, please do. I really appreciate that. We usually try and get on here before 7:00 on Sunday nights and just hit that up. But again, you're going to see a lot of other interviews this week, including tomorrow. You'll see some names you guys know, and then we're going to have some fun with it. So be good to everybody.